But we got a lot to talk about, man. Hopefully, I can get some of y'all to join. I know my lives have been a little inconsistent. I love y'all. Happy New Year's. And I can't wait to socialize with some of y'all, man. From y'all that's been supporting me from jump a year and a half, 2 years ago, man. I appreciate all of y'all. Happy New Year's once again, man. I'm gonna wait until a few of y'all get in here before we start diving into this, seeing how everyone's doing this new year. A little update about me. Um, Busy life, man. Busy life. I went back to nursing school. For a lot of y'all who don't know, when I first started this YouTube channel, I put nursing on hold just to try to give myself the best possible outcome as far as this YouTube thing went. But after roughly 2 years, I realized that life still goes on. And although you may position yourself to want to do better, you can't stop things that give you guaranteed results, if that makes sense. And school and nursing is one of those things that have a guaranteed payout. And I just enjoy helping people. So, I'm back in school. I'm finishing it, so that's just what it's gonna be. But so far, it's been good. I've been blessed. I'm very thankful to definitely be in the position that I'm in. Um, but that's just the way it is. My connection terrible. Let me see. The Wi-Fi on. I don't know why. I can't even see. All right, let me get into it, man. We 3 minutes in. I don't think nobody's gonna join right now, but you guys will watch it whenever you guys can watch it, right? One of the first things that I want to talk about really quickly is, and I got a video coming out on this. I'll probably drop it in a couple of days, but one thing that's been on my mind is how important it is to embrace becoming the new version of yourself, right? I feel like so many times in life we get caught up in what society says is the right or wrong thing to do, what this image that society paints on the type of person that we should become, the lifestyle that we should live. And I want to let y'all know right now that that is a facade, man. It's not true. Each and every last one of the people that you see or witness on social media are usually just on the internet or showing you the best versions of their lives. They're not showing you the times where they sit and they cry and they have to put the pieces together in order to make things happen. We all go through things. We all experience hardships, but it's about how you embrace remaining in your frame and who you are during those hardships, right? I go through things all the time. I'm very vocal on this channel. Y'all already know I elaborate with y'all. I love y'all. I hope y'all love me too. And in reality, that's okay. The important thing is that I remain who I am, even through my most challenging and difficult moments in life. Now, what would separate somebody that continues to build character and somebody that, I guess you can say in a sense, develop character flaws, is just not being who you are, not embracing that you're a human being and you can make mistakes, and it happens. So that's something that's been on my mind most recently. You don't have to be perfect to make progress. You don't have to have all the resources in order to just take that step forward, and just making sure that you have faith in not only your ability to make those things happen, but to get the results that you want out of your future. What's going on? What's going on? He Lad Bowie. What's going on? KT. What's on? KTV. What's going on, man? Uh, but that's something that's been on my mind most recently. 2026 is here. It didn't wait on nobody. But all this means to me, just like the last years that's passed, man, is we have an opportunity to be great. You don't have to be perfect. You shouldn't seek to try to be the best. And I'm not saying that you can't be in a sense of perfectionist, but it's just more burdens that come with trying to do everything perfect, knowing that you're a flawed human being. I used to live my life trying to be perfect. I used to live my life trying to please everybody. I used to live my life just trying to be the person that everybody liked, and all it did was add way more stress. And I could never be grounded. That's what comes with trying to be perfect. That's what comes with looking at yourself in the mirror and not accepting yourself for the flawed human being that you are. And even just like Bowie said, Jesus is first. You got to be able to understand that. You got to be able to transition from this idea of perfectionism to realizing that you're just a being at the end of the day. You're a human being and you're flawed, and that's okay. Embrace being who you are. There's so many people, and I'm pretty sure you guys seen this too. There's so many talented people in this world, but they just lack confidence because of comparison and because of the things that they may see online, people that they may meet. And some of those people may have super high expectations and standards for their lives. And this almost minimizes their being just based on that form of comparison. And that's why I'm a huge advocate that comparison will always be the thief of joy. There's people right now who don't have what I have and wish that they did. And it's the same vice versa. I wish that I had certain things that the next person may have or don't. And it's an endless cycle because we're all just trying to grasp things that we haven't attained yet in life. Do you guys understand that? If you haven't conquered it, whether it's success, money, happiness, relationships, our mind is usually on things that we haven't conquered yet. We're not taking the time to be present and to be thankful for things that we have conquered and we have accomplished. You know why? Because once we get put in a position where we do accomplish something, it's on to the next. This is the way that the mind works. This is the way that our mind is wired, to never be able to find a sense of gratification in the moment, but to constantly seek progression in what's to come. And that's the trap that I feel like so many people fall into, is because they don't give themselves sufficient time and sufficient credit to just be present and to just be thankful. And I fall victim to this too, because there's been so many times in my life where I've been put in a position where I've been blessed. God has opened doors for me, right? And my mind instantly goes on to the next thing. What else is it that I want? What don't I have? What can I accomplish next? And it's just an endless cycle, man. It's an endless cycle. But before I go any deeper, man, how everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? It's a beautiful Thursday. What's going on with y'all? Y'all know I do these videos for y'all who are usually here. I used to do them every week, but now it's switched to every couple weeks or whenever. But how's everybody feeling? It's just mental health check-in videos just to see how everybody doing. Pick y'all brain, man. Make sure everybody all right. If y'all new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe. I post daily, if not weekly, videos on just self-development, growth overall. And that's what I'm here for, man. I'm here for y'all. But I'm thankful for all the support. I started my journey a couple years ago, and ever since, man, I just haven't really looked back. And, you know, I'm constantly building, constantly learning. I'm just like y'all, a human being, somebody that's just trying to grow, trying to develop. But I just use my past experiences as a tool in order to shape my future. And this is what I try to instill on everybody that watches my content, is that we're all unique in our own way. You just have to use what you've been through as motivation to get to where you want to get. We all have somewhere that we want to be. Don't rush the process, though. Don't skip the steps that are necessary in order to get there, because that's what a lot of people will do. They'll try to bypass the important steps that you have to take in order to get to that next stage, and all it does is set you back long term. But you know what happens, man. What time is it where y'all at? I'm I'm right now. I'm in Southern California, so it's 3:50. It's 3:59 right now out here. So it's not too bad. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, this is the first time that I ever did a live in the car, though. I usually just set it up at the crib, but I'm at my mom's. Just I thought about y'all. I was like, let me get on here and speak to my people, my community, really quick. I've been so inconsistent that a lot of them ain't even in here right now that I usually see. So that's my fault. But they'll see this later and they'll be like, okay, he went on there, spread some love and some good energy. But I miss y'all, man. I love y'all, and I really do hope we get to the point where we just be a little more consistent. But I need y'all help. I need y'all work. Y'all gotta be watching and sharing my videos and pushing it so that I can get some motivation and come on here too. If I'm doing all the work and I'm making these videos every day, dedicating hours of my day to push this content out, and then it gets 10, 15 views. That's why I tell y'all, you got to make sure that you're passionate about whatever you're doing, because you're going to have times where, it seemed like the days is getting rough. But that passion is what's going to separate somebody from doing it for, let's just say, financial gain, and actually just that burning desire to help others. And that's what I'm in it for. It's been 2 years. I haven't made $1 off this. I have probably 400 or 500 videos on my channel. I haven't made a single dollar, and it's coming from my desire to want to help. And I'm thankful. It's taught me so much. It's taught me how to, get up in front of people that I've never met and really take into account everyone else's personal experiences just like mine. But we're all human at the end of the day, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. Vicky said good. Y'all doing good? Where y'all from? I know it's only 4 of y'all in here right now, but where y'all from? What's on y'all mind, man? Talk to me. See what's going on with y'all. Bowie said, yeah. Bowie said, I'm from, I don't even know how to pronounce that word. I'm not even gonna lie. I've never heard that before. But shout out to them though. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate you for the support. I appreciate you for being in here tonight. If there's anything that y'all want me to speak on briefly, drop it in the comments, and I'll give my feedback and my opinions on it. If it's relationship stuff that y'all going through, or just any type of life advice, if y'all want to hear my chain of thought, that's what this is for. That's what these mental health check-ins are for. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, shout out to you, boy, man. Respect, man. I feel like something that a lot of people want me to speak about on my channel is relationships. I feel like, it's relatable. Everyone goes through relationship problems, and I feel like one of my biggest relationship advice that I will throw out there is just a little random. It's kind of different from the whole embracing being who you are and in your journey, but I'll still throw it out there. But some of the best relationship advice that I can give is just not ignoring compatibility itself. As simple as it may sound, we meet people day in and day out, and if the energy and if the vibe is right, we tend to shift from, I guess you can say, right and wrong to what we feel like we should be doing in that very moment. So what ends up happening is everything that you ignore prior to getting deep with this person, just based on a good vibe and good energy, overall compatibility, everything that you ignore shows up later. And we can save ourselves so much time if we just pay close attention to what matters firsthand. Get up out of your feelings. This person may be attractive, this person may be nice, they may be financially stable, they may be everything that you wanted, but if the things that actually matter, like morals and this person's character, if none of these things are aligned with you, it's going to be extremely hard for that relationship to work long term. The more things that align, the easier it's going to be for you guys to overcome challenges. If you guys have the same communication style, one person can be avoidant, the next can be more prone to wanting to talk things out right away when it first comes up. These things matter, and I feel like so many people skip over it. Bowie said, "Yes, amen." Yeah, nah, really, man, it's definitely something that, I'm 26 years old right now, and it took me a long time to learn this, but I'm thankful for it. I'm definitely thankful for it. And I think what I'm gonna do with this live for the remaining of it, I'm just gonna jump to topic, anything that crossed my mind. If y'all got anything, like I said, that y'all want me to speak on, feel free to drop a comment on it. But we spoke about a little bit briefly about relationships, and anything else, I got y'all, man. But what else has been going on in my life that I would like to share with you guys? A nice little topic, something that we could speak on. Oh, okay, I got one. How to deal with loss itself. One thing that I know for sure is humans, we're all going to experience some form of loss. This can be family, this can be relationships, this can just be losing a job, this can be anything that puts you in a position where you feel like you're missing something and a part of you has just vanished, right? And what I've learned is that loss itself usually stems from something within us that is self-seeking or selfish. And what I mean by this is that anything that we lose, usually if we view it as a negative, it's usually because it's coming from within us in a selfish manner, if that makes sense. For example, for a lot of y'all that watch my channel, I lost my brother roughly six months ago. And initially I was angry, I was hurt, like anybody else would be, until I changed my perception and I realized that I didn't understand the pain that he may have been going through. I didn't understand certain prayers and things that he may have asked God for. I didn't understand what was to come for his future in his life, whether it was more suffering or more hurt. And I'm reacting in a very selfish way. So once I changed my perception on loss itself, it taught me to be thankful even in the worst possible situations that can occur in life. And what this teaches you is true gratitude. It teaches you how to appreciate people in the moment or anything that you may experience, understanding that it is only there for a specific chapter. Each and everything that you lay your hands on is temporary. Each and every person that you come across, they serve a unique purpose, and at some point that is going to pass. This is not a bad thing, but what this should teach us is to just be very thankful for the time that we spend and the people that are brought into our life. And not only people, but anything, whether it's a job or just an experience itself. Be thankful, because at some point it is going to pass. And that's just life. Understanding that, man, really taught me so much. It really did teach me so much, because each and everything that like I said, we experience is just, it has an expiration date. It definitely does have an expiration date, man. But these are just all things that life teaches you at some point, man. We can't play victim. We can't be selfish. We have to try to think in the maturest way possible to give us that form of closure that we all, I feel like, deserve. And that's okay. We all deserve that. We definitely all deserve that, man. Man, I got big things to come. I know that my channel kind of been a little inconsistent, but I don't think I ever walk away from y'all, man. I love this. I have a passion for it, to be able to speak, to share my experiences, my trauma, my hurt with people, and really feel like they can relate. It really does make me feel good. Giving advice and things of that sort, it really does make me feel good. I don't do this to try to be the best of anything. I try to be who I am, and I try to relate to people the best way that I know how. And I'm just thankful for that, man. I'm thankful for that. It's just my story, man. That's all it is. It's just my story put out the way that I want it to be put out. No gimmicks, no fluff. This is just who I am, and I'm very thankful. What I'll finish with, though, I'll probably get off in a couple minutes, but what I'll finish with, and I want you guys to take this with you into the new year. We're probably 2 weeks in now. Is that I really want you guys to prioritize the things that matter this year. As simple as that may sound, just think about how much time majority of people spend on social media, or they spend in pointless relationships, or they spend gaming, or they just spend doing things that don't serve them any purpose. We have to be extremely intentional this year. Wherever you're spending your time and energy, if it is not going to produce results that are going to get you to that next level, we need to make adjustments. And it's that simple. Pour into things that you want to do long term. The reason why I'm on this live right now is because this is me pouring into myself. This is something that I would like to do long term. It's me taking a step forward into building the future that I want. So this year we have to be extremely intentional where our time and our energy goes. Do not act based on feelings. I don't know about y'all, but feelings and acting on feelings themselves has done little to nothing to benefit my life. Each and every time that I realized, like, okay, that was the emotional response, or I was acting based on how I felt, it usually was not the right thing that I should be doing. I could wake up in the morning and I can feel tired. I can feel exhausted. My body can be like, okay, let me hit the snooze button. As soon as I hit snooze, when I wake up and I'm in my right state of mind, I'm going to instantly regret it because I wasn't thinking logically. And this is how I feel like our body tricks us into being mediocre, and it tricks us into living these average lives because we get so stuck in our comfort zone that we don't realize that all we have to do is just separate our feelings from logic and just think more logically. That's literally it. Give ourselves that little bit of time that's needed in order to fully process before we start making irrational decisions. That's literally it. So this year, wherever your time and energy is, just make sure it's being poured into things that are going to serve you. Whether that's a business, whether that's school, whatever it is that you want to do, a relationship, a healthy relationship, be very intentional. And the last thing that I'm going to leave y'all with is not only that you need to be intentional, but just stand on it. Stand firm on the decisions that you're making, because it is not always going to be perfect. It is not always going to work out. But I promise you, if you can be a representation of somebody that embraces failure just as much as you embrace winning, you're always going to be put in a position where life goes your way, because you're not afraid to lose. You're not afraid to stand up and say, hey, things didn't go my way, but I took a loss today, and that's okay. And I feel like that's what it's about, man. But I love y'all. It's a quick little mental health check-in. I appreciate y'all that join, man. Tap in with me. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I love y'all once again. I hope y'all have a blessed new year, and I'll be back on here probably in a couple weeks. If y'all want me to go live sooner, just drop comments in my recent videos, and I can just pop up whenever. But I appreciate y'all so much, and y'all have a blessed evening. Peace.